Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to my Tailwind CSS course. So Tailwind is a utility-first framework. We'll talk more about what that means in a little bit, but basically it gives you a ton of utility classes to work with and create layouts so that you barely have to write any CSS at all. And I was a little iffy when Tailwind first came out because of the number of classes that you have to write, but after working with it for a while over the past year or two, I've pretty much been using it nonstop, and it makes creating layouts easier and it makes it much faster as well. So I wanted to create a project-based course on it so that I can teach you guys to do the same thing. And the only requirement for this is that you understand at least the basics of CSS. So you don't have to be a master at it, but you should know the common properties and the basics of Flexbox, stuff that you can just learn right on my YouTube crash courses. Now, as far as the plan, I'm going to go over this more in the next video, but we're going to start off by just creating a sandbox to learn what Tailwind has to offer as far as classes and utilities. Once we get through that, we're going to look at creating a more custom environment with the Tailwind CLI, and I'll even show you how to set up Tailwind with Webpack and Post CSS if you want to use it in your custom JavaScript applications. So after learning all the utility classes in the sandbox, we're going to start to build some stuff. So we have 5 mini projects that we're going to start with. And these are simple projects like pricing grids, a login modal, a small image gallery layout, just some things to kind of get your feet wet. And then after that, we have 6 landing page website projects. And the designs were inspired by frontendmentor.io, which is a challenge website. So I talked to the owner. He gave me permission to use some of the project designs in this course. And I'll go through each project in the next video. And you can also see them live at tailwindfromscratch.com. Now, I do want to mention that writing classes in HTML can get kind of tedious. And if you're following along, you're going to be doing a lot of typing, but I purposely didn't do much copying and pasting or anything like that because I want you guys to get in the habit of typing out these classes. The goal for this course is to get you to the point where you don't have to reference the Tailwind documentation for anything. You know exactly what to do to get the layout that you want. I would say that my favorite thing about Tailwind is just how quick you can not only create layouts, but also edit them and test different things out quickly. And in order to do that, you need to remember most of the classes. So we want to get those drilled into your brain. All right, so in the next video, we're going to take a look at all the projects and I'll explain the outline a little more. All right, guys, so I just want to quickly outline the course and go over the projects that we're going to create. So this is tailwindfromscratch.com. This is a website that I threw together just to kind of show you the projects and go over the outline. And this is actually one of the themes that we'll be creating along with the light and dark modes. So if we go to the About section, there's 3 parts to this course, really. There's the Code Sandbox, which we'll be starting with. And if you took my Bootstrap course or my HTML CSS course, then you know that a sandbox, what it is, it's just a bunch of files to look at certain aspects of whatever we're working on, in this case, Tailwind. So we'll have files for color classes and for typography classes, Flexbox, just everything that Tailwind offers so we can get familiar with all of those class names. And then once we do that, we'll move on to the mini projects. So we have 5 mini projects that will take anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes to complete, just one video straight through. And then we move on to the 6 website projects, which are larger landing page projects with anywhere from 8 to 10 videos each. And the design for these were all inspired from the Front End Mentor website, which they have all kinds of challenge websites. And they allowed us to pick some for the course to basically replicate using Tailwind CSS. So definitely check them out. Check the actual projects out as well because there's some extra challenges and so on. But down here, let's see, course credits. So of course, I'm the instructor and project developer. Saba Kissy also worked on this course with me. He created a bunch of these projects, so I want to give credit to him. You can follow him on Twitter. And of course, Front End Mentor is a collaborator for project inspiration. So down here we have all 11 projects, including the mini ones. So these first 5 are the mini projects. First one being this email subscribe form. So pretty simple. Everything's going to be completely responsive, so it'll all look good on mobile devices as well. Then we have these pricing grids here, and I'm just going to go through these real quick. A product modal, so some hover effects. We have some animation on the stock here. Then we have the image gallery, so simple image gallery, and we have these hover effects where we can see the content. We have a menu here, and again, everything is going to be nice on mobile screens as well. So the last mini project is this login modal, so just really cool looking login form. And then the first website project is this clipboard website, which is just kind of a landing page for a software product. We have some download buttons, no menu at the top or anything, very simple, but very clean looking. So these images, we have, down here, we'll be using Flexbox, and of course everything will stack and look nice. Okay, then we have this Loop Studios project, and this is going to have a navigation menu at the top with the hamburger menu on smaller screens. So we will be writing some JavaScript for that. There are a couple of things in these projects where we will be writing some JavaScript, but nothing crazy. Then we have these images here with a gradient overlay, footer. Next project is this Shortly website. So it's a website where you would create short links. So we have this little form here. We'll do a little bit of validation as well with JavaScript. Then we have these boxes with a horizontal line, and on smaller screens, it'll be a vertical line. We also have the cool looking hamburger menu as well. Okay, and then the next project is the testimonial grid. So in this project, we're going to use all CSS grid classes, including row span and call span. You can see some of these will span certain columns and rows, and on small screens, they'll all stack. All right, then we have Philo, which is actually the same theme for as the Tailwind from Scratch website, and we're going to include this dark light mode, and we're actually going to save the state in local storage, so if you pick a mode and you leave the website and come back, it'll remember if you chose dark or light mode. All right, so again, a little bit of JavaScript, and just, I think that these website themes look really clean. It's testimonial boxes. All right, and then this project here, the bookmark website, is for like a bookmarker manager app. We have our navigation, and again, this will have responsive overlay navigation, and we'll write some JavaScript down here for these tabs, so we can switch through these. Okay, then we have some download boxes, frequently asked questions. For this, we're actually not even going to need any JavaScript. We're just going to use the group focus feature, and then just this part here. All right, now the code for all of these are on GitHub. If I click this link, this is private right now, but it will be public, and it has all the live demos of all the projects. It also has the environments we'll be setting up as well, such as the simple Tailwind starter, which is just that. It's a simple environment to create and customize Tailwind websites. And then I also created an optional video to show you how to use Tailwind along with Webpack and PostCSS. So it's a little more advanced, but it's completely optional. You don't even have to watch that video. All right, and then the sandbox is going to be a completely separate repository, which we'll get into in the next section. Okay, so that's it, guys. Just wanted to kind of give you a preview of everything. So next we're going to just talk a little bit more about what Tailwind is.